Yeah, and that does happen. So that is sort of one of the patterns. I think it's also the case, though, that when women are looking to be unfaithful, or when women find themselves being unfaithful, is probably a better way of putting it. It's probably not sort of goal-directed behavior. But when women find themselves being unfaithful, the most common targets, though, are probably men that definitely have better genes, or there's not a lot of point, who have better genes, but who also have resources. Because again, don't forget, there is this, there is this implicit kind of arrangement between cheating couples of the need for secrecy. And so if she is, finding herself in a position where she might be able to take advantage of this really high status, really wealthy, and really high genetic quality male, well, that's going to be a really good bet, because he's got resources he might be willing to give you to buy your silence, right? And he also, even though it may not ever be allowed to become public knowledge, potentially who that child is, that is still potentially a way for you to pilfer a small amount of his resources if he's willing to direct them towards you in order to stop you making that public knowledge. And this is not just, I'm not sort of just talking about a Hollywood situation. This can happen in any society that has individuals of higher and lower status and individuals in decision-making positions who get to distribute resources. It would make sense for women to make sure that if they're going to have a child by someone who's not that child's father, that the father of that child is in a position still to be able to offer some indirect protection. That would make sense, certainly. So I would think that would play a part as well. So yeah, you might go for the guy on the motorbike who's completely irresponsible. If he's got great genes, that would be something to gain, but there's more to gain with someone who's got great status and great resources. And these things do often tend to cluster together in men, so it's not like it's hard
interesting
together, right?
That's very interesting. So you mentioned, I think the line was, humans are like pretty typical for birds.
Yeah.
And I one of the things I love is watching Planet Earth, and they show the birds of paradises, and they're just really exotic mating dances. And anytime I'm around like groups of singles, I love just sitting back and watching like how Homo sapiens have developed our own little, quirky, eccentric mating rituals. And I feel like if I spent less time thinking about this and more time working on my own mating dance, I would have a girlfriend instead of a podcast.